Whoa, I almost lost myself for a second. Welcome to an all new Beyond the Barricade. We are live. It is a little late start tonight, but I am so fired up for when wrestling is now. I'm so fired up. I made a phone call. I did get called out today on Facebook, but I'll talk about this some other day. I made a phone call today. I called my tech genius, Ryan Dust, and I'm like, yo, bro, I need your help. So he's like, what do you want, Tank? Like, I need you to design something for me. So he came on board. He's been working this last hour nonstop. I gave him a box of cookies and some milk, and he was chowing down, getting ready to work. And he created this for Wrestling Is Now for me. Our Wrestling Is Now social media tour border that we're going to use every time we have a win talent, wrestler, manager, owner, whatever, anything win. We're going to have this on it. And as you can see, the Papa Dank logo is leaning just on the side a little bit, just, hanging out and stuff, because we're all pumped up for Wrestling Is Now, as well we should, as well we should be. Brian, you ate those cookies quick. Stop it. All right, let's go. Let's bring on the one and only, and I heard he was really, really booked, and he made a special exception for me, Brando Lee. What's going on, Brando?
What's up, Papa Dank? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. You have a great name, Brando. That's what I call my son, Brando, because his name is Brandon. So we're off to a good start.
That's exactly how I got my name.
Yeah, we're off to a good start, right? Now, is your name derived from Marlon Brando? Because that's why I call my son Brando.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man. Marlon Brando.
My dad was a fan, so
one of the greatest of all time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Now, you're at a big win main event coming up at Stereo Garden. Huge.
Heavyweight championship.
I'm gonna duck a little bit. Actually, I might cover the whole screen. But anyway, there it is. The World Heavyweight Championship. Look at that beautiful belt. Reminds me of one of the classic belts from like WCW, obviously NWA and stuff like that. It's so beautiful, and look at this top talented roster vying for that championship. Woo! Fatal elimination match, the inaugural
stiff competition
champion. You want to talk about your strategy going into this match?
Well, first things first, I gotta take out Salvatore. We had a one-on-one match last month, and instead of beating me on his own, he sent this 6'6" bodybuilder in the ring to chokeslam me when the ref wasn't looking, and then he pinned me. So he's my main focus at the bell rings.
Savelli?
Yeah, Savelli's my main. After I take out Savelli, then I'll worry about everyone else. But Savelli has to get his.
You got some competition in there. You got Face in there. You got the one and only PJ Savage.
PJ Savage, Face, I have some history with those guys. We came up from Gleason's gym, trained together, so I know them very well. Hard hitting. Hamlet as well. Yeah.
Hamlet, that's right. Book them now. Joey Conway, man. What about Joey, huh?
Joey Conway. Me and Joey have never crossed paths, so this is going to be fun. Being in there with the cause of it all, Joey Conway.
Cause of it all. Nuts. Very dangerous gentleman right there. You got Chris Cage. He's there too. Dickie Rods, Papa Don.
Dickie Rods, Chris Cage, Papa Don, Ellis Taylor. I see.
Taylor.
This is going to be nuts. It's a big match. It's going to be chaotic. So I'm looking forward to it.
Woo. Thursday, May 18th, Stereo Garden in Patchogue, Long Island, New York. Because I feel that Long Island is its own entity. It should be its own state. It should be Patchogue, Long Island, the state, right? Or am I just going too crazy for you?
I'm not a big fan of Long Island.
Whoa! What do you mean?
We'll see.
What don't you like about Long Island?
There's not much out there to me,
What do you mean?
There's just not much going on, I feel like. There's not much.
Got Montauk, right? Have you been to Montauk?
No, I haven't. But now that you said that, I'll give it a look.
There's the lighthouse that's out there. It's the end of the island. When you look in the ocean, ahead of it is Europe.
You know what it is? I'm a big city guy. So I think whenever I'm too far out of the city, I get like homesick.
Well, yeah, okay, I get it. All right, all right.
Mhm.
Queens is on Long Island. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. Queens,
Queens is part of Long
Queens,
Island. A lot of people
pretty
think that
fun
Queens
house.
is its own entity, but no, it's part of us. It's part of us. And
Hmm.
Patchogue is the party spot out here. Everybody parties in Patchogue. You can't even find parking. I was invited to a going away, and I had to drive for like literally an hour to find a spot, and it was blocks
Parties are
and
good.
blocks away. Parties are cranking up here. You go down to where Stereo Garden is around that area. You have a meatball place. That place is cranking. If you're into country, there's a country place down there. I mean, I wasn't too into it, but once I went into meatball place, I'm like, whoa, this is my spot. But I gotta stop partying, Brandon. I'm too old, man.
Never too old. You're never too old to have fun.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. All right, let's delve into your origins. What made you fall in love with wrestling to begin with? It brings people
I was
together,
about, I think,
wrestling.
yeah, it was around. I was about 5 years old, and the ruthless
Hmm.
aggression, just a combination of the storylines and the in-ring action. That's what makes that era to me the best era. Like I know a lot of guys say Attitude Era, but that was more of
Right.
moments. I feel like it was big moments, like the beer bath and things of that nature. But as far as in-ring competition and top-notch story, you got that in Ruthless Aggression, and that's what drew me in.
Okay. All right. Who are some of your favorites
Um,
in that era?
all time would be Randy Orton. All time is Randy Orton. Kurt Angle was a big inspiration of mine. Those are my
Okay.
top two.
Hopefully, Randy will be back soon.
Yeah, yeah,
Riddle
I
came
got to
back.
get there fast to work them.
Riddle came back.
Right, I saw.
Yeah, he's done with his
Yeah.
hiatus. Yeah, he's back. All right, awesome. Randy Orton, good choice. Kurt Angle, he's one of the all-time greats in my book, man. It's crazy.
Funny thing about
Uh,
Riddle, I was actually backstage at the Raw where he got taken out. Like Solo Sikoa
oh, really?
put his head on the steps or something. Yeah, I was
Uh-huh.
backstage for that Raw, so that was pretty funny.
Nice. What was your experience like
I
at
saw him
Raw?
get out, and
What
it
was
was
your Raw
insane.
experience?
Like being
Hmm.
around, or like I didn't get used. I wasn't like on the show or as an extra or anything.
Okay.
But just being in the back and seeing all these guys you grew up watching and things like that was nuts. And I like spoke with the Miz and Theory, and it
Oh,
was great.
wow. All right. Do you have to like take a moment and
Mm.
say, I want to mark out, but you know.
You got to contain yourself because once you mark out, like no one wants to deal with you anymore. It's like, oh, he's just a fan, but
That's
you got to
right.
stay serious.
What's up, Justin? Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Justin, make sure you get your tickets. Wrestling is Now is coming and Patchogue. You don't want to miss that event. I'm gonna bring it back right up for Justin over there. Thursday, May 18th, Stereo Garden. Go to Wrestling is Now. Get your tickets, right, Brando?
Yeah,
Can
get
see
your
you in the
tickets and
main
look who's in the
event.
very front of the poster. The
Look
very
at that.
front of the poster. Brando's in the front. Look at that.
Main event. Now, this is an Outlaw Wrestling partnership as well. So we'll be seeing stars from Outlaw Wrestling there, which is great as well. Bull James is going to be there. I'm not sure who else is going to
Well,
be there
James,
though,
yeah.
but I know Bull's going to be there. Almost knocked over my mic. Like I'm so
Well,
excited.
I'm sure. I believe SAT is going to be on the card.
The SATs are going to be there. Absolutely. There we go. Looking forward to seeing Brando Lee face 9 other men for the inaugural heavyweight championship. Oh, that's Paul. I thought it
Paul
was
Lord.
Justin. I was looking at
Paul
Justin's name.
Lord, you're the man, Paul.
Paul's the mad genius behind it all. Paul, I hope you like my border that we made over here with my tech guy Ryan does. Paul is the man. That's right. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that, huh? That's gonna be quite the match.
Quite the match, main event. A lot of bodies thrown around.
Who's stealing the show there, Brando? You?
Me, of course. Always. Every single time.
Every single time. All right. So
Yeah.
you
But
trained in
first,
Gleason's gym.
yeah.
First, go ahead. Finish
No, I
your
was gonna say
sentence.
first, Salvatore. Salvatore is gonna get his.
Salvatore.
After I'm
Sal's
done
going
with
out.
Salvatore. Yeah, Salvatore is my main focus when that bell rings. Getting my revenge on him. And
Thank you,
then we'll worry
Paul.
about the others.
You hear that, Paul? Brando's taking out Sal Savelli first. Paul, who do you think? I'm gonna get Paul's opinion. Paul, who do Sal Savelli's going first on Paul's list? On Brando's list? Who should be? I'm thinking. I'm out of control tonight. Paul, who should Brando go after next? Let's get his. We'll wait for his comment, but Sal's first main event, huge Long Island show, and wrestling is not done. They're heading back to Jersey in June. They already announced it. All right,
That's gonna be awesome.
We're gonna let you talk. That's enough of me talking.
Oh no,
I'm just so excited.
Waiting on Paul's response. I thought we were waiting on his response.
I was waiting, but Paul's a busy guy. He's managing a lot. He's like a juggler. He's juggling a lot of balls up in there. Paul's like, oh man, I gotta get. Oh wait, let me catch this one. Oh, let me catch that one. So we gotta give him.
I'm glad he tuned in.
A moment. Oh wait, he said something. Brandon should be going after anyone who's trying to stop him from winning the title. He's not wrong, Brando.
He's not wrong. All right, it's all fair game.
It's all fair game. So you started in Gleason's gym. Who was your trainer?
Johnny Rods. The unpredictable Johnny Rods.
All right. So during that mentorship program, what did you learn from Johnny to get you to this point where you're in the main event?
Johnny was big on making sure that everything you did was seen by everybody in the arena. Like at the beginning, I would throw shots that were like quick and fast, and he would stop me and say, "If I'm sitting in the last row of Madison Square Garden, I won't be able to see what you just did. Every movement you make has to be seen by everybody, no matter what seat they have. Every seat should be a good seat for your match." That's what he taught me.
Okay, awesome. All right, so you trained at Gleason's. You're done training, right? Who was your first match against, and what were your emotions going through that first match?
My first match was against it was a triple threat. It was against Mantis and Jocko, and I'm still close with those guys today. We shared that bond. Well, myself and Jocko, that was our first match. Mantis had already been in it for a while, so yeah, it was a triple threat match there, and my main focus was not screwing up, because my first time out in front of a crowd, I was nervous, and I wanted to make sure I hit everything solid, like all my moves are clean. So there was really not a lot of pandering to the crowd. I really wasn't posing a lot. I was just focused on getting to the ring and getting my moves done. And later on, that's when the character came on.
Okay, all right. What about your emotions during that first match? You're out there living what you want to do.
Yeah, it's invigorating. Like every move you make, you get that pop from the crowd, and then it gets addicting. Like now you want a louder one and a louder one and a louder one. And even to this day, every time you go out, you want this match to be louder than your last one, and the next one, and the next one, and you're just forever chasing these pops.
Absolutely, 100% agree. Okay, all right. Favorite opponent you've wrestled so far?
Favorite opponent I've wrestled so far would have to be Jay Bougie. I've wrestled Jay Bougie several times. He's also came up through Gleason's, and whenever I'm out there with him, it's like it feels bigger than the wrestling, bigger than the moves. We have a natural chemistry where it's like everyone's so invested in our story that they don't even like the moves are there, but they don't even care about the moves. They just want to see who's gonna beat who's gonna advance in this rivalry, So yeah, that's my favorite match, Jay Bougie.
Awesome. Or favorite opponent, not favorite match.
I mean, yeah, favorite opponent.
Because we're gonna go into your most favorite match of all time so far, not including what's going to happen, at Stereo Garden coming up. So I'm sure that's going to be one of your favorite at that point. Right, Paul?
Oh, yeah, of course. After capturing the Win Heavyweight Championship, I mean, what's going to be bigger than that, right?
Nothing's going to be bigger. Nothing's going to be bigger. So what is your favorite match so far that you've had with an opponent? Now, you can have a favorite match and a favorite opponent, not necessarily with that person.
Yeah. Favorite match I've had so far would be... It actually was against Jay Bougie at Richfield Park. And we got some heat after that match because I body slammed him on a merge table, and it broke. and that that wasn't cleared with anybody or anything. We just got heated,
Right.
and I took him over there and did it. And the crowd went nuts. The crowd was going bananas. And at the end, you're high on the performance, and then some guys are coming up to me like, hey, you messed up the table. The table cost this much, and then that's when all the prices start coming out of the damage you've done. But in the moment, you don't think about that. So
right. I've seen that happen in other promotions where they break something. They're like, oh, that cost a lot of money, and you're like, I don't care.
yeah, like
This
we
is
legit. I think they
wrestling.
said we it was like $2,000 of damage that we did for real.
Who's Paul's got a question, but whose merch table was it? Do you remember?
It was it wasn't actually a workers merch. It was wrestling and recovery. So they had like a bunch of uh pumps and things.
Oh,
So like
okay.
yeah, it was
That's
deep. And
that's some serious oak you broke for $2,000.
yeah, I know. I didn't know that's what it was. I just saw a table and I hated this guy, so I was gonna put him through it. And then afterwards, that's when I realized everything
Paul's
was
got a
wrong.
question for us. What was the match that made you want to become a professional wrestler?
It was Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 19. That match was amazing to me. I thought like it was a botch, right? But it was so cool seeing Brock up there and he did the shooting star press and he landed on his head. Like
Oh yeah,
seeing a guy that size even be able to do that was just amazing to me. And I was like, I want to be a part of this. So the grandeur of WrestleMania, that would be the match that made me want
it's
to.
crazy that match still sticks out even to me. I remember seeing that. I'm like, holy shit! Did he just do that?
Yeah, that's
It,
my favorite match.
it is one of those moments. Great question, Paul. We should get Paul on the podcast. I have some questions in here. Serena's got a comment. I'm sorry, Brando, but I think either Joey or PJ are going to walk away as win champ. Ooh, yikes. What do you got to say to that, Brando? What do you got to
Well,
tell her?
be there on May 18th.
Be there on May
Be
18th,
there on May
Serena.
18th, and I'll prove you wrong. I'll prove
She's
you wrong.
also she's got another question. What WrestleMania is your all-time favorite? I mean, you kind of just answered that, really.
WrestleMania, my
The Brock
all-time
Lesnar.
favorite. I think no, that was my favorite match.
Oh,
Mania
okay.
19 is my favorite match, but my all-time favorite Mania was 21. Mania 21. That was Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton, Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, and Eddie. Yeah, that was it.
Okay. She's sorry. Serena said she's sorry, Brando.
Okay.
I don't think she's sorry.
Don't worry.
I don't think
Book's
she's
already
sorry.
written, Serena.
I think she's trying to be nice. The book's written. I mean, listen. Let's go
It's
back to
gonna
that.
happen. I already know it's gonna happen.
Look at that. Look at all those obstacles you got to face to get to that championship.
I see them.
That's a lot.
I see them all.
That's a lot for any guy.
I'm looking straight through them, and I'm looking at the gold.
All right. Okay. I mean, I got some favorites myself. Besides yourself, obviously. Because we've been talking for a minute. PJ is one of my favorites as well, and Joey's one of my favorites as well. So it's gonna be how can I say it, must watch moment that you have to be there for that match. You know what I'm saying? Dude, who's going to be the first champion? I don't know, Geek. I don't know who's going to be the first champion. But I mean, I assume you're going to be there. I mean, you're part of this tour. So you're definitely going to be there. So we'll find out together. I'm sure we'll sit next to each other. Paul, AEW NXT, what fits the Brando Lee character better?
I gotta say, AEW for the fact that you go to AEW, you're yourself. Whoever you are in the Indies, you take it to AEW, you're yourself. You go to NXT, you might not even be allowed to do anything that you're doing on the Indies. You know what I'm saying? Like they might take you and say, "Hey, we're gonna change all of this. You can't
definitely
be
won't.
who you are, and we're gonna give you a new name." And so Brando Lee goes to NXT, might not even be Brando Lee anymore. Brando Lee goes to AEW, he's exactly how he is right now. So definitely AEW.
He'll be Brando Levinstein or something.
Right.
But who knows? I mean, it is, the WWE brand. So I mean,
And they made
Seth,
exceptions, so you never know. You
yeah.
really never
I
know.
mean, Rollins
Sometimes they
wasn't
let you just
Rollins in the Indies,
no. But
so
Ricochet was Ricochet.
Ricochet
AJ
was
Styles was AJ
right.
Styles. So
Absolutely.
some guys you just it depends.
Even when they brought Cody back, they could have brought him back as in a different like outfit, different music, and they just brought him right from AEW theme song
Yeah, I
and
think
all.
he was a little too big to change at that point. I
Yeah,
believe.
he's definitely too big to change. Yeah, but they could have done it just to get that AEW mystique out. Tyler Black was Rollins. All right, I didn't know that. But you're right. I mean, a lot of stuff can happen. But yeah, AEW is more focused on what you were and what you brought into it. So
Right.
good point. Good point. Thank you, for Paul, for the question. Thank you, Geek, for letting me know that Rollins was Tyler Black. All right, let's go into favorite gimmick match you've been in so far. And then
Favorite
give me
gimmick
one you want to
match?
be in.
It's TLC. I've been in a TLC match,
Really?
and yeah, it was my favorite gimmick match because I WrestleMania 21 I said was my favorite Mania.
Mm-hmm.
And at that event, Shelton Benjamin in the Money in the Bank match, he leaned the ladder against the ropes and ran up the rungs and did a dive on the outside. So when I was in the TLC match, that's the spot I did. It's very
Right.
difficult to do, but I executed it. So it's one of those things you don't see because it's very hard. Like you're not
Uh-huh.
going to see a lot of guys even attempt that spot. So the fact that I did it and did it successfully, that's my favorite.
Is that match out there somewhere?
Yes, it is. It's on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Um, what about gimmick match you want to be in?
Gimmick match I want to be in. I'd like to do a cage match. I'd like to be in a
Cage
cage
match.
match. Yeah. It's classic steel cage match.
It is
I want to be
classic.
in that one. You don't see it often because obviously, you know, what would it cost to get a cage around the ring, right? But
You don't. Yeah, I've seen it.
I'd
Yeah.
like to be in
I
a
saw
cage
it
match.
recently what it took for them to put a cage around the ring not too long ago. So yeah, it's very difficult to do. It took about 20 to 25 minutes to put it up. So it was like, all
Put
right,
it up. Okay.
intermission. Intermission. So it's like 25 minutes later, they're like, all right, we finally got it up. And it takes a lot of manpower to put those things up. Not just putting it
Yeah.
together, just a lot of manpower. You got to all hold it and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, very hard. But I would like to see a cage match. I usually see them indoors. I'd like to see one done outdoors,
Oh,
like
what
in the
would the
summer.
difference be?
Just because you get like that in the arena, it's kind of like covered and there's no light and it's kind of a little dark sometimes. But in the
Yeah.
bright lights, it's like you can see everything. Like the sun is
Of
just
course. Yeah.
shining
Yeah.
on everything. Yeah. So I mean, I was able to go to and be a part of a show where I'm outside as well, and it's just a totally different experience. you know, Paul's
Sometimes
got
it
a
gets
comment.
it gets a little hot out there. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I was sweating buckets, man. I'm like, yo, I can't be like this hot out here, and it's like crazy because like me, I was filming, so I'm in the ring trying to film too for people, for other talent that wanted me to film their matches and stuff. So if Brando wins the title May 18th, who would he choose to for his first defense? That's a good one.
Brando wins the title May 18th. Who would he choose for his first defense? I would choose Dream. Because Dream want to get involved in my business and chokeslam me. So first I got to get rid of Sal. Then I got to win the championship. And then I want Dream one-on-one. Because, he lifts weights all the time. That's all he does. He lifts weights. But when it comes to in the ring, I'll wrestle circles around that guy. He doesn't know about the business like I do. All he knows is how
Right.
to lift weights and be strong. But when it comes to moves and getting it done, he really doesn't know anything. And that's the trick to beating Dream.
Okay. All right. Would you like to have just a regular match with him, or would you like to have a specialty match?
A standard wrestling match so I can wrestle circles around him and embarrass him in front of everybody. That's what I want.
You hear that, Paul? He's gonna embarrass him on the greatest stage of them all. Wrestling is now ring.
Yep.
We're gonna bring that up one more time. There it is, man. The big one. A fatal elimination It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Crazy, man.
Very.
Did Paul tell us who the second opponent was going to be? I don't think he ever did. He ever answer us, Brando?
What do you mean, second opponent?
Who you would go after second? I don't think he might not have heard us. Remember we asked him who he thought would be second?
We asked him that. I don't even remember asking that.
I thought we did. Maybe we did.
Like
All
we
right.
asked. No, I don't think so.
Because Sal was number one. Who are you going to go after next? I think was the question to Paul.
Oh yeah, he did answer that. He said I should go after anyone who's in the way of me.
Oh, anyone who's in the way. Yeah. All right. I want a
He answered the
specific
question.
one, but okay. All right, Paul. Who do you believe is the most underutilized wrestler on TV today? Boy, Paul's very interactive tonight. This is a Paul, man.
That's
All right.
That's a solid one. The most underutilized wrestler on TV today, I gotta say, is Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander is very talented. I went to WrestleMania 34.
Mm-hmm.
It was in New Orleans. And top to bottom, he had the best match of the night. It was him and Mustafa Ali. Mustafa's getting some TV time right now. I think he's running around. Was it Ziggler?
Yeah, it was Ziggler.
Cedric Alexander has not done too much since the disbanding of. But I remember leaving the venue that night. Like Undertaker was on, Lesnar, Roman, but Cedric Alexander had the best match, and he was the first match out, so no one could follow him.
I like to understand our roster's minds. Cedric is an incredible answer, and he speaks volumes about Brando. Okay.
Appreciate it.
You
Paul.
heard it. The mad genius himself. His thoughts. All right. Underutilized talent in wrestling today, Cedric Alexander. What about underutilized talent that you would feel in AEW?
Underutilized in AEW? I think Mark Quinn of Private. If you're familiar with him, I know he hasn't been. Mark. Yeah, he has. In my opinion, he has one of the best shooting star presses in the business today, or of all time I've ever seen. And I think the issue with him is he's not as gifted on the microphone as his partner is. So his partner has been getting more TV time. But as far as the in-ring work, Mark Quinn is not Dante. Isaiah Cassidy.
Isaiah
Cassidy's part. Yeah, Isaiah Cassidy is very charismatic on the mic, so he gets more TV time than Mark Quinn. But if they could give Mark Quinn, a solid match once a week or something, people would see more of him. How talented he is.
Okay, all right. I mean, Isaiah, the stuff he's doing with Matt Hardy, it's been great so far.
It's funny. It's really funny stuff. Yeah,
it is. What are your thoughts? And I'm going to bring this up since we're talking about AEW. What are your thoughts about the CM Punk returning, possibly to lead a new show? That's what came out today. I thought it was very interesting that the rumor is that they're creating a new show with talent that just wants to work with Punk. If you have any thoughts, might not have any thoughts.
AEW's creating a new show with talent that just wants to work with Punk.
That's what they're saying, but they are creating a new show on a Saturday. It's supposed to be coming out.
That's great. Because I remember in the beginning, they were very adamant on not making the guys wrestle a lot. Like that was a big selling point for them because WWE they're wrestling multiple times a week, and AEW it was just once a week. So now they're adding more shows, and I think they're even doing house shows. So it's cool to see them pick up their schedule.
Right, definitely. We got a comment over here. CM Punk versus Ospreay at All In. I'm predicting it's possible. Not All In. Forbidden Door, maybe. Maybe Forbidden Door. Those are kind of like the Acclaimed. Bowens is too gifted in the microphone, but his wrestling skills are amazing. That's true. Bowens is very gifted as a wrestler. 100%, absolutely.
Right, and you have a great look.
100% great look. 100%. If you had to wrestle someone in the AEW roster right now, who would it be?
AEW roster right now that I'd want to wrestle, it would be Kenny Omega. I'd want to
Omega.
wrestle Kenny Omega. Yeah, because he's the guy. When I was getting into wrestling, he's the guy I was watching a lot of his clips to get like moves of my own from. So to be
Right.
able to get in there with him, like this is one of the guys that almost molded your move set. You know what I mean? So you want to test it against him. Kenny Omega would be the guy.
Awesome. I'd love to see that happen for you, man. Love to see that happen for you. Kenny Omega is one of my favorites too. So his wrestling is uncanny as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's go back to wrestling is now. What would be an opponent you would like to wrestle on the current roster besides the championship stuff? Like, even if you win the championship, that's fine. But who would you like to wrestle? Not first, but in general, who you haven't wrestled that you're like, man, I really want to get into a match right here at Win with this person.
Win. Who would I want to wrestle at Win? And
a lot of great time. It could be somebody in a tag team too. It doesn't have to
be in the match.
No, they don't have to be in the match. No. They don't have to be in the match. It could be someone.
No, I'm saying, could it be someone that's in the match?
You could, if you want, if that's what you want to choose. Yeah.
PJ Savage. PJ Savage. I've been trying to wrestle that man for like 5 years.
PJ's name comes up a lot. I tried all over.
Yeah, because he's been avoiding me. He runs around and he screams "Savage," but he's not really. When it comes to me, he's not a savage. He's a savage to everybody else, but not me. No, he does not want to see me. Every time I've challenged him, he'd find a way to put somebody else in the way. Oh, this match shouldn't happen right now. Oh, down the line. Like, no, I want PJ one-on-one. At Win would be the perfect place to do it.
100%. The only place we'd have to do it is. Obviously,
and now, like, we're in a 10-man, so he's probably going to try to, like,
he's gonna
avoid me, stick with the other side of the guys. Yeah, he's going to duck me. But one-on-one, PJ can't duck me.
Who would Brando like to see? Oh, this is a good one, Paul. From the Mad Genius. Who would Brando like to see join the Win roster for the future to team with or compete against? That's a good one, Paul.
Mantis is one of the best talents on the Northeast, and also one of my biggest rivals. Yeah, Mantis. I gotta say, adding him to any roster is gonna be great for that roster, and he would be great on the Win roster. Yeah, Mantis.
Okay. All right, Mantis. Pick another choice. I want to hear your second.
Second choice. Okay. Mantis. Win roster. This tag team. Post game. They are mainly prominent in Maryland, but yeah, if you're looking for a charismatic tag team, when those guys come to the ring, it's like a party's going on. Like, the crowd's jumping. So Post game would be great for the Win's tag team division. We should definitely bring them in.
Okay. Awesome. They already got some great groups in there. You know, my boys, the Slime Balls, are in there. Those are my guys. Sorry, Adrian, if you're watching.
Those guys are.
Well, I see Tommy all the time. So Tommy's my guy, man. He's my boy. Well, I work out at the gym. He's in, so I see him every night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Long Island.
Here we go. This is a good one, Serena. I was thinking this too. What woman wrestler would you like to see join the Win roster? I was thinking like
the Win roster. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. There's a lot of good ones out here in the Northeast.
Yeah. Has Janae Kai wrestled for Win?
I don't think so. Paul?
I don't think so. Yeah, Janae Kai should be brought. I got to watch Janae Kai at House of Glory, and seeing her on the videos and seeing her in person, those shots, those kicks she throws, you can hear it echo throughout the whole room. And we need that hard hitting action at Win if we really want to change the game. She's a game changer to add to your women's division.
Okay. What about you, Paul? Who do you want to see join Win? We'll give him a moment to digest that. I mean, I got a good name because I've seen her wrestle like on TV and stuff, like
Yeah.
IWTV and stuff like that. What about Becca?
Becca?
Yeah. You know who she
I'm not
is?
familiar with Becca.
You're not familiar with Becca, the pop star? Oh man, she's all
I
over,
have to
man.
see.
I mean, primarily she's Northeast, but she's all over. She goes to UK and stuff like that. She's all over, man. What about this name? Desmond Cole.
Desmond Cole. Yeah, Desmond Cole. That I hate when I'm trying to have a
Desmond.
match with a guy and it gets pulled. But last year I was supposed to be in there with Desmond Cole and Nikolai White in a triple threat. And like last minute, I think the whole show got canceled for some reason. So me and Desmond never got to mix it up. But he'd be a good guy to bring in.
He would be an excellent guy to bring in. I see him all the time, so he is like on fire. Him and Gabriel Sky, man. If you know what Gabriel Sky is,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Gabe Scott.
yeah, he's on fire too, man. Kylan King or Billy Starks from Metal Geek.
Highland
Bill,
King or Billy Starks. I
Billy's
gotta
red
say Billy
hot.
Starks. Yeah, Billy Starks. Um, one of my a buddy of mine has a huge crush on Billy Starks. So if I didn't say Billy, he'd
They
probably
get
try
mad
to
at you.
kill me or something.
I mean, the 18 graduating
Yeah.
prom, she's got all these belts that she's posting pictures on. You know, Sarita says Anastasia Morningstar, Oliver Vigos, Ariella Nix, Reina Black, Aerospar, women that could come to win. Oh, here we go. Paul's got the breaking news. All right, Paul, let's break the news. Let's go. I'm excited. I'm excited. What's he going to say? What do you think he's going to say, Brando? Is he going to give us
I think he's gonna say, you know what? We're just gonna scrap the 10-man and just award Brando with the championship. He's
That's
obviously
right.
the
Forget
win
about the other
champion.
guys.
That's it. We're
Let
just gonna give it to him.
let those guys stay home. You know,
Yeah, yeah. We're not even.
let
We
them
don't even have to do it.
let them get the night off. Brando, here's the belt. Congratulations.
There you
Have a
go.
great
That's
night.
the breaking news.
As Paul is going to give us our breaking news, I want to learn. Oh, here we go. Paul's got breaking news. We're ready, Paul. That's right. We're ready. Let's talk about what you like to do on your free time. What you like to do to relax. What are some of your favorite foods that you like?
Oh, mac and cheese is my favorite food. Mac and cheese and shrimp and broccoli Alfredo from Applebee's. Those are my.
Oh,
That's my favorite. That's my all-time favorite food
okay.
from
Have you
Applebee's.
had
It has to be from Applebee's.
Popeyes mac and cheese? That thing is good.
No, the last time I had Popeyes, I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. So I try to stay away from that. I try to stay away from that.
It is kind of tough to eat. You're right.
Salty, it's greasy.
Oh, here we go. Breaking news, buddy. Breaking news. Gabriel Sky and Above the Rest will be competing against the SATs on June 16th at Sunset Flip, New Jersey. Woo.
Nice.
Wow. Richardville Park, New Jersey. At the next show, man. Gabe Sky and Above
Heard it
the
here
Rest.
first.
Heard it here first. Save some news for Geek, Paul. He's dying over there, Geek. Wow, that's right. Wow, yeah, Gabe. Oh man, Gabe kept that tight to the chest, man. He didn't even tell me when I saw him yesterday.
Maybe it was just mate. Maybe he just decided it now.
I saw Gabe yesterday. I bumped into him. Oh, hey, what's up, man? You know, I was telling him all about Win and how excited I am to be a part of it. He's like, okay. He kept his cool. That's some good breaking news. Thank you, Paul, for the breaking news. All right. All right. What time is it? Ooh, we're running out of time, Brando. We've just been chatting away, man. I have a really good conversation with you. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Paul, Geek, Serena. We had another guy in there. I forgot his name. But Justin, there he goes. Justin, you know, who's going to get his tickets for Wrestling Is Now, because when is Wrestling Is Now coming to Long Island?
May 18th.
May 18th at the Stereo Garden, 9 Railroad Avenue. Make sure you guys are getting your tickets, but be there early. This place is going to be sold out. Standing room only. I think us podcasters are going to stand outside and have to wait for the media scrum outside. It's going to be so packed, Brando.
I'll make sure you have a good spot, Papa.
Can I at least get a good seat, man?
Yeah. I got you.
Okay, there's no one else scheduled today. Today was only Brando. Oh, okay. I'm so excited. I don't know if you can tell, man. I'm so excited.
We're all excited. Everyone associated with Win is excited. May 18th is going to be big.
Everybody's excited. I want to get your predictions on this because I have this graphic with me. I'm going to turn to the side. This triple threat tag team match. The Homies versus the Audacity versus the Slime Balls.
The Homies, the Audacity, the Slime Balls. This one is going to be a rival for show stealer. This one in the main event. But I'm going with the Slime Balls. The Slime Balls, they have this factor about them where it's like they just don't care. They don't even care about themselves. So it's like, what do you think they're going to throw at you if they don't even care about their own well-being? That's one thing that makes them very dangerous.
I 100% agree.
The Homies, they're very new as a team. Mm-hmm. They're a new team, so I don't know if they're going to be able to coexist with one another quite like the Audacity and the Slime Balls are, but I truly think the Slime Balls' unpredictability is what's going to make them get the dub.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'll let Tommy know you gave him the thumbs up for this match.
Yeah.
He's going to be pumped up, man. He's going to be pumped up. Brando, Papa Nick is so excited he thought he had someone else to do. Yeah, I did, man. I'm so excited. I mean, yesterday, you should have seen me. I was really out of control yesterday, Brando. Everybody was telling me to calm down. I was just going nuts. I mean, Adrian's a fellow Ecuadorian like me, so we're just shooting the shit, talking about favorite foods and stuff like that. Talk about wrestling is now. Talk about Ecuador, home country. And I was just going nuts. And I think I toned it down a little bit tonight for you. Paul, any words for or advice you want to give Brando for this match? We'll wait. Hopefully you're still in the chat. Paul's a busy guy. He's juggling a lot of balls, Brando. Juggling a lot of balls.
He's been with us all night, so I'm sure he
has been with us all night. Yeah, usually he just jumps in and out, but he's been with us all night. All right, good. The mad genius behind wrestling is now. What better insight to the company than to have the mad genius with us, right? Can you hear me, Brando? Or are you speechless?
Barely. I can barely hear
you. Is it my mic?
No, it lagged for like a second.
Oh.
So it was like whatever you said, it didn't reach me until like 10 seconds after you said it. So for a minute, I was just sitting there just listening to you.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. Let's talk about this one more time before we go. The big main event right there.
May 18th, Thursday. Brando Lee's going to be the inaugural Win heavyweight champion. 9 other guys, they don't stand a chance.
They don't stand a chance. All right. Good. You got to get fired up to be in Win. So you got to go in fired up and say, hey, this is my title. Screw Sal Savelli, screw PJ, screw Joey, screw Dickie, screw them all.
I'm chilling. They have to be fired up. They have to be fired up.
Paul says, I expect nothing less than Brando to bring his style. He proved on May 31st that he belongs in the Fatal Elimination match. He's the future Win. Will he be champion? Brando says yes, Paul. He's got.
That was a rhetorical question. He was asking a rhetorical question.
That was a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
All right, Brando. Thank you for coming on the show. Where can everybody follow you?
Young Glory _ on Instagram. Young Glory _ on Twitter.
You got to come back, man.
Anytime.
You got to come back, brother.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been awesome to have you on. Thank you, Paul, for being in the chat. Serena, my booker, thank you for everything. Metal Geek, you got to wait your turn, buddy. Me and him talk all the time. He's like, you got Brando? I thought he was booked. I said, not for Big Deal Thanks over here. He's not booked. Thank you, Brando, for joining us. Appreciate
for
you. You
having
want
me.
to plug away anything else you're involved in before I plug away some of my stuff?
Oh no, I'm ready to be champion. And May 18th, I will be the Win Heavyweight Champion. I'm telling you now, it's gonna happen.
Okay, awesome. I will be back tomorrow night with Brittany Brooks. She is joining me on the podcast. I'm so excited to have her. She's another young wrestler like Billy and accomplishing many things in her own right. And Mother Endless is joining me at 8 o'clock. I don't know where this is going to go, man. If you know Mother Endless, you don't know what's going to happen. So we'll see what happens. And I know the graphic is wrong, but it's actually April 28th. Chris Cage is joining me at 6:30. I really don't do podcasts on Friday, but I'm making an exception because it's Wrestling Is Now.
Hey, you see that suit he has on?
And it's Chris Cage, yeah.
I wore that. I wore that to prom.
Did you?
Like 6 days ago. I swear. I
Ouch!
swear, brother. I wore that to
Shots
prom like 6
fired.
days ago.
Paul.
No, he's looking good. He's looking good. I got no problem with Cage. Cage. Yeah, Cage is looking good. We got similar style.
Geeks telling me to be afraid. My boy's telling me, "Aye, baby." Cage will be on the show, and other Wrestling Is Now talent is going to be on before the show. We haven't finalized some dates yet, but we're working on it. Like I said, I was called out today, so we're getting that individual on. Oh my God, Brando. We're getting that individual on in the near future, as well as the SATs will stop by, I believe, the week of the show, if I'm not mistaken. We haven't finalized that, but definitely more talent is coming on the show. This is the big one, Thursday, May 18th, 7 p.m. The doors open, 8 p.m. is the bell time. Stereo Garden in Patchogue, New York. That World Heavyweight Win Championship up for grabs. Brando's like, I got this in the bag. Forget about the other guys. It's just me.
Mine.
Make sure you go to Wrestling Is Now. Get your tickets. If for any chance you want to risk going down that day and trying to get a ticket at the door and risk not getting in, then I don't know what to tell you. You'll be standing outside with myself and Metal Geek waiting to get in. I know, Brando. You said you're gonna save me a seat. Geek says he'll be.
You're with me. You're on my tab.
All right. Geek says he's gonna be outside, so it'll be packed. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Brando, stick around for a moment. Everybody else, have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock with Brittany Brooks and then Mother Endless. So stay safe and see you later.